Welcome children. Today's topic is oscillations due to a loaded spring. So first of all, vibrations due to a horizontal spring. Here spring is connected to a mass horizontally. So one end of the spring is connected to a fixed stand and the other end of the spring is connected to a mass m, and here this is an equilibrium condition. That means there is no movement here. Okay. So here one end is connected to a stand, fixed stand, and other end of the spring is connected to a mass m, and there is no force acting here. That means it is an equilibrium condition. Now suppose if we are displacing this spring to a small distance x. Suppose if we are displacing this spring to a small distance x, so what will happen? A restoring force will develop inside the spring which tries to bring the spring back to its original condition. So whenever we are displacing the spring through a small distance x, a restoring force will develop inside the spring which tries to bring the spring back to its original condition. So how we can displace the spring? So either by stretching or by compressing. So here I am stretching the spring. So when I am stretching the spring through a small distance x, what will happen? A restoring force will develop inside the spring, and that is given by, what is the value? F equals minus kx. Already we studied. So this is the restoring force acting in the spring which tries to bring the spring back to its original position. That means it is in the opposite direction of which one? Displacement. This restoring force is acting in the opposite direction of displacement. Similarly, here what I am doing? I am compressing the spring. So when I am compressing the spring through a distance x, a restoring force will develop inside the spring which tries to bring the spring back to its original condition. That means this F equal to minus kx is acting in opposite direction of which one? Displacement. Okay. So whenever we are displacing the spring through a small distance, a restoring force will develop inside the spring. So here I am displacing the spring through a distance x. That means restoring force is given by how much here? F equals minus kx. Okay. So this is the restoring force developed inside the spring, and why we are putting minus here? Because this restoring force is acting in the opposite direction of displacement of the body. Okay. And this restoring force is acting in opposite direction. I told you F equal to minus k into x. And since this spring is moving, it must be having an acceleration. So here the spring will execute to and fro motion. Okay, or oscillation. So whenever it is executing to and fro motion, there must be some acceleration here. Suppose I am taking acceleration of the spring as d square x by dt square. So d square x by dt square is the acceleration produced in the spring. So whenever we are displacing this mass, so there may be an oscillation or to and fro motion of the spring, and it may create which one? Acceleration. And this d square x by dt square is the acceleration produced inside the spring. Now according to Newton's second law, how will you write force? So F equals, we know the formula, mass into acceleration. That means here it is mass m into what is acceleration here? D square x by dt square. So I have taken x here. X is the displacement. So double differential of which one? Displacement is called as acceleration. So we can write here as m into d square x by dt square. This is a force. Okay. And here we have one formula, F equal to minus kx. And here we have another one formula, F equals m into d square x by dt square. I am equating these two. So you will be getting left hand side force only. So right hand side we have m into d square x by dt square equals which one? Minus kx. And I am dividing by m here. So d square x by dt square equals minus k by m into x. Or we can write this as d square x by dt square, this I am taking on the left hand side, plus k by m into x equals 0. And again this one can be written as d square x by dt square plus, instead of k by m I am writing omega square into x equal to 0. So this is actually the differential equation of simple harmonic motion. So differential equation of simple harmonic motion is given by d square x by dt square plus omega square x equal to 0. So here displacement is along x direction. Suppose y direction means d square y by dt square plus omega square y equals 0. So this is the differential equation of simple harmonic motion. So d square x by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0. Here what is omega square? Omega square is equivalent to which one? K by m. K by m, or omega means root of k by m. Okay. Now how will you find the frequency of vibration or time period? First of all, we can find time period. So time period of oscillation, that means time taken for one oscillation. So time period t is given by, formula is 2 pi by omega. That is equivalent to 2 pi divided by, what is omega here? Root of k by m, or we can write 2 pi into, take the reciprocal and multiply, so we will be getting root of m by k. So this is the time period of oscillation in the case of loaded spring. Time period of oscillation. Okay. Similarly, we can find which one also? Frequency. So frequency symbol is nu. Nu equals 1 by time period. Take the reciprocal of this one. That means we will be getting, take the reciprocal. So 1 by 2 pi root of k by m. So this is the frequency of oscillation in the case of which one? Vibrations of horizontal spring or loaded spring horizontally. Okay. Next is vertical oscillations of a spring. Here spring is connected or suspended vertically from a fixed stand. So it is hanged from a fixed stand vertically, and at the lower end of the spring we are connecting a load of mass m. So at the lower end we are connecting a load of mass m, and the upper end is fixed here. Okay. So due to this load m, a weight will be acting in downward direction. The weight, that is mg, mass into g, m into g gives weight. The weight will be acting in the downward direction, and due to this weight mg, this spring will be extended, or it may be stretching through a distance which one? D. So this is the actual distance, but due to this weight, this spring is extended through a distance of how much here? D. Okay. And at that time, a restoring force will develop inside the spring that will tries to bring the spring back to its original position. And that restoring force is given by which one here? F equals minus k into D. Okay. So due to this weight, what will happen? This spring will be stretched through a distance D from the original position. So at that time, a restoring force will develop inside the spring in upward direction. This restoring force is acting in which direction? Upward direction, which tries to bring the spring back to its original position. And that is given by, what is the formula? Minus k into, what is extension? So what is extension here? D. So minus k into D is the restoring force acting in which one? Acting on the spring. But at equilibrium condition, so we can say that this weight mg is equal to which one? This kd, minus k into d. So at equilibrium condition, this weight as well as this restoring force both are considered as same. So during equilibrium condition, and equilibrium means net force acting on the body will be 0. So at equilibrium condition, this mg is equivalent to which one? K into d. Now what will happen? So when we are releasing this mass, when we are stretching this mass and releasing, what will happen? So when we are stretching, this spring will be executing to and fro motion. That means oscillation. So when we are stretching this spring and releasing, so it may undergo oscillatory motion in vertical direction. Okay. So at that time, again what will happen when we are stretching this body through a distance d. So this is actually the stretching distance. The x indicates the stretching distance. That means we are stretching the spring through a distance x, and when we are releasing, it may undergo oscillatory motion. And at that time also, a restoring force will develop inside the spring. So what is the total restoring force acting now? So due to this weight, due to the weight itself, we have another one restoring force here, minus k into d. Then again, when we are stretching through a distance x, we have another one restoring force. So total, so here we have minus k into d. That is the restoring force due to which one? Weight. And again, when we are stretching, we will be having another one restoring force, that is minus kx. Minus kx. That means total minus k into d plus x. So this is the total restoring force acting on the spring. So when we are stretching this spring downward and releasing. So when we are stretching the spring and releasing, it may undergo oscillatory motion, and at that time there may be a restoring force inside the spring that is given by minus k into d plus x. Okay, and so what is the net force acting on the spring now? The net force acting on the spring is given by, suppose F is the net force, so it is given by this weight minus which one? This restoring force, that is k into d plus x. So this is the net force acting on this spring. So mg minus of k into d plus x. But I told you at equilibrium condition what will happen? At equilibrium condition, this mg weight is equivalent to which one? K into d. I already told you. Okay, so mg equals k into d. So here we have mg, bracket I am opening here. So mg minus kd minus kx. That is equivalent to mg minus, instead of kd I am writing now which one? Mg, because both are same at equilibrium condition. So instead of kd I am writing mg here. Mg minus kx. So this mg cancel. Remaining we are having F equals which one? Minus kx. So this is the net restoring force acting on the spring. So the net restoring force acting on the spring is F equal to minus kx. So initially I told you, due to this weight there may be a restoring force that is given by minus k into d. Again when we are releasing, when we are stretching this spring to a small distance x, again we have another one restoring force, and total restoring force now becomes minus k into d plus x. So the net force, how will you find? This weight minus which one? The net restoring force, minus k into d plus x. So when we are substituting everything, we will be getting which one? F equals minus k. So this is the net restoring force acting on the spring. Okay. Now we have the restoring force F equals minus k into x. So instead of F we can write m into d square x by dt square equals minus k into x, or we can write d square x by dt square equals minus k by m into x, k by m into x. Or instead of k by m, or we can write now omega square. So d square x by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0. So here omega square is equal to which one? K by m, or we can write omega equals root of k by m. So now we can find the time period. What is the formula? T equals 2 pi by omega. Same like the previous one. So 2 pi divided by, what is omega here? Root of k by m, or we can write 2 pi into root of m by k. So this is the time period of oscillation in the case of vertical oscillations. Clear? So horizontal also same formula only. Now similarly, what is frequency? Nu equals 1 by time period. That means take the reciprocal of this one. So 1 by 2 pi into root of k by m. So this is the frequency of oscillation. Next is oscillations due to springs connected in parallel and springs connected in series. So first one, springs connected in parallel. So see here, two springs are there having spring constants K1 and K2. So two springs are here having spring constants K1 and K2 connected in parallel with a mass M. So when we are releasing, when we are stretching this mass and releasing, what will happen is springs will be executing simple harmonic motion. But here we can see that both the springs are connected in parallel. Okay, so this is one parallel combination, and another one is like this. So here also two springs are there having spring constants K1 and K2 connected in parallel to a mass M. So whenever we are stretching this mass and releasing, what will happen? It may execute simple harmonic motion. So in the case of parallel combination of springs, so what will happen is, so whenever we are releasing the mass, the extension produced in both the springs are same. So in the case of parallel combination, the extension will be same. The extension will be same. And suppose we are taking Y. Y is the extension of both the springs. So both the springs having a spring constant K1 and K2 is having the same extension, which one? Y. That means how will you write the restoring force acting on the spring? The formula for restoring force is F equal to minus Kx, that we know. So here So in the case of first spring, the restoring force I am taking as F1. For the first spring, the restoring force is taken as F1. F1 equals minus, what is the spring constant here? K1 into, what is the extension I have taken here? Y. So Y is the common extension for both the springs. So in the case of parallel combination, always extension will be same for both the springs. Okay. Similarly, for the second spring, I can take it as F2 equals minus K2 into extension same only Y. So this is the restoring force acting on both the springs. So how will you find the net restoring force? So net restoring force F equals F1 plus F2. That means minus K1Y minus K2Y. That means minus I am taking common. So minus of K1 plus K2 into Y. Okay. So this is the net restoring force acting on the springs. So in the case of parallel combination, the net restoring force acting on the spring is F equal to minus of K1 plus K2 into Y. That means in parallel combination, the spring constant can be written as. So in the case of parallel combination, the net spring constant is given as. What we are doing here, we are adding just the spring constant of individual springs. That means K1 plus K2. So in the case of parallel combination, the net spring constant can be written as the sum of the spring constants of individual springs. Clear? Now we have the formula for time period of oscillation. Time period, what is the formula? T equals to 2 pi divided by omega. Okay, or we can write, so what is omega? Omega equal to root of K by M. Omega equal to root of K by M. That means we can write as 2 pi divided by root of K by M, or we can write 2 pi into root of M by K. M by K. But in the case of parallel combinations, here instead of K I am writing as KP, parallel combination. That means what we can write now? 2 pi into root of M divided by, what is KP? K1 plus K2. So this is the time period of oscillation in the case of which one? Parallel combination of springs. Okay. So whenever two springs are connected parallel, the net time period is given by 2 pi into root of M by K1 plus K2. K1 plus K2. Similarly, what is frequency nu? Nu equals 1 by time period. That means take the reciprocal. So 1 by 2 pi into root of, take the reciprocal here also, K1 plus K2 divided by M. So this is the frequency of oscillation in the case of two springs connected in parallel. Okay. So next one, springs in series. Next is springs connected in series. So here two springs having spring constants K1 and K2 connected in series. That means end-to-end connection is connected to a mass M. So this is one way of series representation. So this is another way. So here also two springs are connected in series. That means end-to-end connection. So they are having spring constant K1 as well as K2. It's connected to a mass. So whenever we are stretching this mass and releasing, it may undergo which one? Simple harmonic motion. But in the case of series combination, the extension produced in both the springs are not same. But in the case of parallel combination, extension produced is same. But here extension is not same. But the restoring force acting on both the springs are same. So let F be the common restoring force acting on both the springs. The restoring force acting on both the springs are same, but extension is not same. Let X1 be the extension produced in first spring and X2 be the extension produced in second spring. Okay, so let X1 be the extension produced in first one and X2 be the extension produced in the second spring. Then how will you write the restoring force F? What is the formula? For restoring force for the first spring can be written as minus K1 into, what is the extension here? X1. Similarly, for second spring, we can write F equals minus K2 into X2. So, from the first one, I am taking X1. Extension I want to find out. So, X1 equals, how will you find? Minus F by K1. And from second one, I am taking X2. X2 equals, how will you find? Minus F by K2. So, here X1 is the extension produced in first spring. And X2 is the extension produced in the second spring. So now I want to find the net extension, total extension. So total extension of both the springs I am taking as x. X equals, I can add x1 and x2. So x1 plus x2, that is equivalent to what is x1 here? Minus f by k1 plus into minus become again minus f by k2. So this is the total extension. Clear? So now we can take f and minus outside. So x equals minus f, I am taking outside. So minus f into remaining 1 by k1 minus I have taken outside. So 1 by k1 plus 1 by k2. So now again minus f into, I am taking LCM here, k1, k2. So numerator we have k2 plus k1. K2 plus k1, that is equivalent to which one? X. So from this I need to find which one? F. So I am cross multiplying just this one. So x into k1, k2 equals minus f into k1 plus k2. Just I did cross multiplication. So from this I am finding which one? Force F. So F equals x into k1, k2 divided by k1 plus k2. Minus is also there. That means this is the restoring force. F equal to minus kx. So F equals minus kx. But instead of k, we have which value here? K1, K2 divided by K1 plus K2. That means in the series combination. So in case of series combination, the spring constant, net spring constant is given by, what is the formula here? K1, K2 divided by K1 plus K2. This is the net spring constant in the case of which one? Series combination of two springs. Okay. Now we can find which one? Time period of oscillation. T. So we have the formula T equals 2 pi into root of m by k. So this is a normal formula, m by k. But here series combination means we can write here as ks. That means 2 pi into root of m by, what is ks here? K1, K2 divided by K1 plus K2. So when I am multiplying by the reciprocal, I will be getting 2 pi into root of m into this K1 plus K2 comes in the numerator. So m into K1 plus K2 divided by K1, K2. So this is the time period of oscillation in the case of series combination of springs. Similarly, how will you find frequency of oscillation? Nu. Take reciprocal of this one, 1 by 2 pi into root of this also reciprocal K1, K2 divided by m into K1 plus K2. So this is the frequency of oscillation in case of series combination of springs. Okay. So remaining portion in the next video.